There's no shortage of hardworking contractors out there, guys who show up early, stay late, they swing in the hammer, they're chasing the next project, right? But getting work done alone won't get you $1 million plus construction business. It's not just about grinding harder, it's about mastering the right skills to move your construction business forward. In this video, I'm breaking down 3 critical skills that helped me grow my construction business well past 8 figures, and more importantly, build a business that doesn't own me. So if you're serious about scaling, then keep watching. Skill number 1 is strategic planning, not just putting out fires, right? One of the biggest traps that contractors fall into is thinking that they're too busy handling today to think about tomorrow. They're stuck in reactive state, a reaction mode. They wake up, they check their inbox, they head to the job site, they handle whatever went wrong yesterday and whatever's burning that morning, and they try to just survive another day. But the contractors who grow past $1 million a year in revenue, right? They don't just respond, they plan. Let's take Rob, for example, a contractor that we worked with inside of Automation Blueprint. He was fully booked for 6 months straight. On paper, things looked great, but he was anxious. Why? Because once these jobs wrapped up, he had 0 leads. He didn't have a lead pipeline or a marketing plan or a sales system. And by the time Friday came around, there wasn't any time left in his week to actually work on the business, building out these processes. He was just working in his business. So Rob wasn't failing because of bad craftsmanship. He was doing great work, right? He wasn't being lazy, but he was failing because he was letting the business run him. Here is what changed everything. We told him to block out 90 minutes a week. That's it. A time where he doesn't take any phone calls, check his emails, deal with all the job site, burning fires, all the dumpster fires, right? Just 90 minutes a week. This is a time for no distractions, to ask one question. Where is this company headed 6 months from now? And what are we doing this week to get there? In that time, we mapped out a simple lead generation strategy. We started actually pre-qualifying the leads, and we started actually building an org chart and seeing who we needed to hire next. And we caught 2 major scheduling problems. Then we built a qualification system, so we're only estimating the right projects. We built a sales pipeline, a sales system, and then a project management system, and then of course the accounting system. And we made sure his superintendent, of course, knew everything to do. Everything started flowing. But by him taking this 90 minutes a week, strategic planning isn't about having all the answers, right? It's about making space to ask the right questions. So try this. Block off one 90-minute planning session each week, make it a non-negotiable, and use it to review your sales pipeline, review your hiring needs and other key opportunities, and not today's problems. Because if all of your time is spent dealing with today's chaos, you'll never have the time to think ahead to what's next. By the way, if you're liking this video, click that little thumbs up button down there for me. Appreciate it. Now, here's the thing though. Having a plan is only half the equation, right? Even with a great strategy, you won't scale past a handful of jobs unless you have a team that can actually execute. And that leads us to the second skill, leadership and team development. You don't grow a $1 million plus construction business by just doing more yourself. You grow it by building people. So I had a coaching client who thought he had a sales problem. He said, I just need more leads. And if I had more work, then we'd be fine. But when we looked under the hood, the real issue wasn't leads, it was actually turnover. Every few months, his guys were quitting. Why was this happening? Because there was no leadership, there was no development of his team. There was no communication system or pathways and clear communication. There was no clear path for them to actually grow the business in general. He was treating his people like labor, not leaders. And people don't stay in places where they don't feel wanted and desired and invested into. So we flipped the script. He started weekly meetings, not just to talk about schedules, but align the team. He started sharing his vision, where the company was headed and how each role fit into the growth plan, right? He asked his crew what they wanted, and he started creating a path for them. Within 60 days, the whole vibe of his company completely changed. People stopped quitting. In fact, they started referring their friends. Morale went up, output went up, and so did the profits. You want a real leadership move? Show your team how they win when the company wins. Help them see the bigger picture and not just the job that they're doing today, but the opportunity that they're helping create. My advice to you is to schedule a 30-minute meeting with your team this week. Don't just talk about what's on the calendar, talk about what's possible. Ask them, what do you want your role to look like 6 months from now? What do you need to grow? How can I help? Where are we going as a company? It's gonna really boost your culture, boost the way people feel about working for you. It's gonna get them excited. You'll be surprised how much loyalty and buy-in that you can generate by simply showing people you're building something with them, not just off of their backs, right? Strengthening your team gives you capacity, but that's only part of the growth equation. You also need to make sure your clients actually want to work with you again and tell their friends about you to do the same. So the third skill is mastering the client experience. Building $1 million plus construction business is way more than just winning jobs. You'll build it by finishing strong and having a great middle as well. You want to create repeat clients, get great reviews, and fuel referrals without spending a dime on ads. If you're putting out good quality work, but your growth has flatlined, it's time to take a closer look at actually what's going on. Is your team closing projects well? Are they following up? Are they requesting reviews? Are they thanking the client? Are they actually getting some client testimonial videos scheduled? If not, your happy clients are turning into forgettable jobs. And forgettable jobs don't get you to $1 million, $5 million, $10 million plus. Here's the mindset shift. The client experience isn't fluff. It's a growth strategy. It makes people leave those 5-star reviews. It makes people want to leave those 5-star reviews, refer their neighbors, and hire you again next year. So here's what to do. Build a simple project closeout checklist, something you can create inside of Structure. Go to structure.com and sign up for a free and create an employee handbook so your team has access to it, right? Just invite your team. Then every job should end with a final walkthrough, right, with the client, a wrap-up email that includes all the warranty info and next steps and blah, 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 and a request for a Google review. And don't forget to include the link, right? And a small thank you gesture, right? Maybe a little branded gift card or a gift basket, or even just a quick phone call, right? Just thanking them, connecting with them, ask for that Google review on the phone call, all that stuff helps. And maybe even get a video testimonial out of it, put it on your website. It doesn't have to be fancy. It just has to leave the client feeling like they made the right choice in working with your construction company, right? Contractors who master this become the go-to name in their area, and that kind of reputation really starts to compound quickly. So if you want to grow a construction business that scales without burning out in the process, it's not about working more hours. It's about working on the right things. Start planning strategically instead of just reacting. Build a team that grows with you, not just works for you. And treat the client experience as a core part of your growth system. If you master these 3 things, then $1 million a year is nothing. And it's totally possible for you to hit that, then 5, then 10, then 15, then 50, and even 80 and 100 million plus per year contracting companies. So hey, if you enjoyed this video, click the like button. Check out jesselane.com if you want to learn about coaching. Check out structure.com if you need an all-in-one solution built specifically for contractors, the best software in the world for construction businesses. And I'll see you in the next video.